Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to WCS America Challenger and to Jim versus Bomber game number 2. Game 1 saw Bomber with a couple of early aggressive attacks that Jim was able to shut down fairly easily, but I guess the big haymaker that came at the end, the SCV pull with a lot of Vikings, was more than Jim could stand up to. Colossi melting too quickly, and ultimately Bomber marching on to victory on Heavy Rain. Now we move on to Frost, where Jim is going to try once more. He went with his trademark Colossus Phoenix style in game number 1, and it did not work out. So I have to wonder if he's going to mix it up in game number 2. Down here in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, the blue Terran player, his name is Bomber. And of course his opponent up at the top half of the map, the red Protoss player, representing Invictus Gaming, his name is Jim. Bomber is actually going to go 2 racks this time, which is a little bit interesting, Kev. He's going to go, oh no, it's CC first into 2 racks, excuse me, as that's a little bit more standard.
I was just grabbing a small bite, guys. This is, of course, a long broadcast for us as well, and there's not a whole lot of downtime. At least not for us. We're kind of just tied to this chair over here. Actually have an ankle bracelet on and everything, so can't really move. Every now and then they feed us some food, and this was my moment, my 3-minute break to get some food. Once more, triple barracks opening over here for Bomber after the command center first, of course, but still, he normally not forced to drop that third direct, but it seems like he just likes to do that, likes to put on some early pressure, likes to keep Jim on his toes. And you know, Ben, that one push, it didn't look like a successful push, but I remember something that Johan Mello, Le Tot, once said. If you play against a style like that from Jim, it's not just the fact that you trade bio units for a Colossus, you take away one Colossus that's not going to be part of that next fight, because this is not a very long game, so it's not about trading or whatever. It's about you setting yourself up for that next fight where that one Colossus will make the difference between 4 or 3 Colossi, and that changes everything. And you know that one other Colossus that just joined the fight, imagine if that Colossus would have been there, and then that one Colossus that died in the early stage of the game. Maybe it would have been a different outcome of that fight. Maybe the Vikings wouldn't have been killed, wouldn't have been able to kill all the Colossus, and if just 2 Colossus survived, that could have been good enough.
Once more we see a very early Stargate coming out of Jim as his Nexus is finishing up. Bomber's command center first sets him up to be a little bit more well off economically, and with these 3 barracks he is probably going to be able to get aggressive in the early mid game once more. I suspect that we'll probably see the Oracle from Jim.
Talking about Le Tot, I also want to promote his tournament a little bit. As you guys might know, Johan Mello is actually hosting and organizing a tournament, and I will be casting it with him, which will start roughly like 10 hours from now on. You guys might wonder how I do it. I actually have no idea myself, but 11 hours from now on, it's going to be live on my stream, twitch.tv/Rotterdam08, and there will be a lot of good players today, I believe, including Sasa, Tasia, MC, and a few more. So if you guys don't have enough StarCraft yet after WCS, make sure to check out my stream tonight, as Lutot and me will be casting a cool tournament.
Busy week for you, Roddy. You got a couple of long casts on WCS, and then what is the name of Todd's tournament?
The Wearer Invitational, or Water. Actually, I'm not sure yet. I think it's Wearer. W-A-R-E-R. Either way, Ben, a bunch of Stim Marines are making... no, not Stim Marines. Just a bunch of Flow Marines making their way across the map. Photon Overcharge being casted immediately. That's at least resetting some of this energy, Ben. But it also means that all the Marines are out of position. Bomber, who was so well prepared in game number 1, seems to be a little bit caught off guard.
Only loses 4 workers there with the initial Oracle harass. One of them was a mule. So not so the end of the world.
I'm kidding. Hold your horses, Terran players. I was kidding.
That's okay. I laughed because I feel your pain. Jim's going to throw down a few more gateways as he's going to prepare to deal with more of this mid-game Bomber aggression. Bomber's starting up that stim upgrade, getting his factory, getting his +1 attack upgrade. So we know
Jim's playing a little different, Ben. I think he's worried about that next push. He knows that he was kind of forced to use a very early Photon Overcharge. Still though, these slow Marines is something he can out-micro. He's going to have to micro. He's going to lose a sentry, but I think that's the only thing he's going to lose over here.
That Oracle lending a lot of fire to the fight.
Yep. And absorbing some damage as well, man. That Oracle's a tank.
Crushing those Marines. Marines were right-clicked on the Oracle, so once it was microed back, they didn't really contribute much to the fight.
So just 1 sentry for, how many Marines was that? 12?
Maybe 8 or 10.
Yeah, you're right, because the Oracle picked off a few. We can actually do the math.
13
workers,
workers,
so 10
13
Marines.
units lost.
10 Marines were killed. Or maybe 9 Marine, 3 workers and a mule.
Hashtag always do math on stream.
I'm not sure if the mule counts as a unit lost. Does it?
I don't know. I would think it would, but I'm not sure. All I know is that 24 times 2 is apparently 59.
Today you learned, man. Oracle is going to try to fly and find an opening. What he will see is that the reactor is way quicker on that start with this game than it was in the previous game, man. That 4th and 5th Rex as well. It seems like Bomber this time is going to hit much more of a traditional Bomber timer. However, he's going to face a very different Jim. Jim already dropping the Templar Archives after he added all those gates. So Jim is not a one-trick pony anymore, Ben. He's not like Phoenix Colossus all day, every day. He's actually going to get really quick Storm this time. And as many gates as he has, which might be very good against his aggressive 2-base opening from Bomber, he is still going to need Storm against an SCV pool.
Yeah, but the thing I like here from Jim is that we're seeing a massive commitment to gateways.
And yep, Bomber is actually playing this on autopilot mode, man.
Second starport going down. He's got to be careful not to get caught off guard here. Jim's charge upgrade's already halfway complete. Oh, there's a great scan.
And now he's like, what? This is not what everyone told me. You're not supposed to get quick start.
He actually cancels that second starport.
We have a little bit of lag suddenly. I hope it's temporary. So +2 armor is on the way. Bomber, what are you going to do?
He's going to push, Kev.
He's going to drop into our command center. That's what I really wonder about. He's in 51 SCVs. 5 Rexes.
This might be a tough push to deal with. Storm's not ready yet.
I think with a photon overcharge he can buy some time. Cast Revelation, Jim. Do it.
Nope, not going to happen. Oracle removed from the equation as Bomber makes his way all the way across the map, setting up for his first push.
That's a lot of gateways, though. I don't think that, Bomber can't really do anything.
We're at 10 gates right now.
Yep, charge is ready as well. 68 against 58 army
Storm is also going to be ready in just a few seconds, and that's going to make it impossible.
A couple of Widow Mines being added, Ben. It's pretty interesting. What do you think he knows he's playing against a no Robo style and he's going to drop Widow Mines in the natural? Oh, if he drops 2 Widow Mines in the natural or something like that, that would be sick city. Because there's absolutely no detection.
There is no detection.
There is a fort, so
a cannon could be placed, but it would mean no mining until that cannon finishes. That would be almost a brutal setback. For now, Jim has not shown us what his plans are for those Widow Mines.
+2 armor is ready, so if he pops a Guardian Shield as well during the fight, that will just be big. Really, really big. The lag spikes continue. I'm a little bit worried about it. I know that in general it's not us, but we seem to have very solid connection over here.
Jim playing from China, Bomber playing from Korea.
All on the North American server.
Means that there's a lot of circuits being crossed here just for these players to make this match happen. 2 more Widow Mines coming forward. Doesn't look like Bomber's planning to do any kind of Widow Mine dropping, although, bam. Widow Mine's good at removing shields from Zealots.
Alright, sorry, I was just messing around with stuff. Jim is dropping a couple of pilings as well, making sure he doesn't play against the third 3-base Terran yet. I really think Bomber should have just tried to drop some Widow Mines. Jim kind of worried, I think, right now. About the no, he's actually dropping cannons just in defensive purposes. Jim is very worried about expanding against the Terran. Now, in general, you might say, like, if you're 2-base against 2-base, you don't really have to expand. But still, this is a 13-minute game between 2 world-class players, and they're still stuck in 2 bases.
Yeah, they're both being incredibly careful about how they navigate this kind of a situation.
Jim said, okay, enough is enough. I'd really like to get some more High Templars. I'm also dropping a robotics facility over here in my natural, so eventually he can get some observers against his Widow Mines. And of course, he opens the door to that Colossus transition. I think in a matter of seconds, it's time for the Bomber SCV pool, man.
Bomber's going to go ahead and push up towards this 3rd expansion, perhaps sensing that it's there. He's going to try and deny it. It's going to be tough for Jim to directly challenge this. But with a Templar there are no ghosts. Bomber's in a bad spot, and a massive couple of storms.
Oh my God, Bomber
landing
so
all over the army of Bomber. That is a massacre if ever I have seen one. Bomber's got no choice but to lift up and to go home.
Drop is still active though. Another storm will land on this drop behind the mineral line as well. Medevacs being misrally banned. This is not the Bomber that we know, the Bomber that we love. He's looking a little sloppy. A lot of Widow Mines though, all around this. Oh, this could get really. Oh, an Archon dying to Widow Mines. How often do you see that?
Seldom.
Jim should not counterattack though, Ben. This is a bad move for Jim.
Perhaps
I have no idea why he's doing this.
Overestimating his position, he's running the risk of initiating a base trade, and that's not something that would go well for him.
Because he's going to have such a hard time running up this ramp. Bomber already positioning his units on top of this ramp. There is no detection either. Jim is digging his own grave over here.
Robo's going to be killed, so Bomber is he's going to be able to use these Widow Mines to such great effect. Jim will never. Oh no, there's a single observer, but that is all that there is.
I think Jim is digging his own grave. He's going to drop a couple of storms on his own High Templars. He's going to lose all those High Templars as well, Ben.
Also going to kill everything on top of that ramp, so maybe worth it. Not hard. Not sure.
He's down
just
for
yet.
the army supply. This was a really bad idea.
So Jim, misreading the situation, loses his natural, loses his third, loses his army, and is now in an awful position. Still, he has ransacked the all the mining of.
Yeah, he's losing so much to all these Widow Mines.
Of Bomber.
The Bomber one-time scans. There's a single observer. Okay, he's killing at least these mines, so that's something.
The SCVs are going to manage to make the great escape. Zealot's trying to charge forward and do something
But
about
have
it.
any High Templars left here? There's 4 High Templars, but I feel
They're
they're
all in
all.
his main.
Yep, all
Yep.
4 High Templars are
Top
in the
of the
main.
ramp.
So all these units are very trapped. He can recall. That's something actually. I just realized.
Leaves
He
an
gets the
Archon
Archon.
behind and a poor, very unlucky Stalker.
Venezuela.
And a Zealot who wants to come back as an Immortal.
Still though, he didn't kill the second orbital. It's 24 probes against 21 SCVs, but it's double orbital. This Nexus will be re-wiped in, but it's safe to say that this is not good for Jim.
No. You know, I want to believe, though. Storm is still an absolute game changer. As long as he doesn't lose High Templar carelessly, one of them is going to get picked off, but not before dropping a Storm. Widow Mines have just been
these mines have been
instrumental.
very effective.
Absolutely phenomenal use of Widow Mines here by Bomber to just dissect this gateway style.
Not very often do you see Widow Mines being this effective in this matchup. But they've been doing some serious work throughout the entire game. Jim is going to look fight. No Guardian Shield yet. Here it comes. He could land a couple of 6 Storms. Time Warp as well. But the thing is, Ben, Storm is the only damage he has in his army. It doesn't matter how much damage you
now
do.
he whiffs his last one, and this could actually be the end of game 2 for Jim.
He has nothing to finish off the units. GG is called. Bomber takes a 2-0 lead over here.